Hey guys, what's going on? So today, I took a gamble on an eBay listing for a game incredibly cheap, $5 for a game that I've actually been talking about recently on the channel. Something from my past that I really wanted to re-get, because, I ended up selling all my Nintendo 64 games when I was a kid for some reason, and man, I'm still hurting from that one. But anyway, like I said, took a gamble, $5, and well, I lost. Uh, this thing has, some blemishes to it. Tears in the label, a little bit of marker here, a security strip on the back, some stickers, and the game itself is actually quite dirty as well. Like I said, I kind of bought it sight unseen. It was $5, and I just thought I was gonna get lucky. But you know what? It got me, after I looked at it, a little disappointed. I mean, see if we can get it working, but for $5, still isn't that bad though. So I think today I'm gonna go over how to clean up your old retro games. So, obviously this tutorial is not going to fix everything. You can see the label actually has a tear in it, and I really don't know what's going to happen back here. But let's go ahead and just show what all I'm using. First off, as far as cleaning the actual connections, I'm going to start off, this is just a sticky note. I've learned that this and receipt paper works really well, and I'll show you that in a second. I got some Q-tips, rubbing alcohol, a Mr. Clean Magic Eraser, Goo Gone, just a cloth napkin, a little bit of water, and some paper towels. Now let's get all this stuff out of the way and get to work. Now, the first thing I do want to show you is something super easy you can do. Let's just say you have a game that's not playing properly. Get some sticky notes, fold them up to where they're kind of stiff, a little stiffness to them, maybe even one more fold. And this is going to make kind of like where you can rub against. Kind of go back and forth. You see how it's black? It's just a quick way to clean some pins. And I'll tell you what, this actually works more often than not, is just enough to get the game running. So this is the first trick I always do. Of course, in this little bit here, we're not planning on just getting the game running. We're gonna try to clean it up too. But I mean, you can really see the just the color of what was in there. So the second part to this, just to say that we cleaned the pins well, is I like to use a Q-tip and rubbing alcohol. So, can I get it in there? Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Yeah, see look how black that was. Gross. Get the other side. You don't want to use the same side. You never want to use the same side twice. You want to rub it right back on. Quite pointless, isn't it? And yeah, then get a dry Q-tip, clean it off. I'm willing to bet if it didn't play before, that now it absolutely will play, and we'll test that out at the end. But that's just, step one. If you have a game that just doesn't play, something easy to do. Now, let's talk about cleaning the rest of this part. Elephant in the room. Let's get this guy. So, Mr. Clean Magic Eraser. A lot of people don't understand how these work. Mr. Clean Magic Eraser is not the magic fix. The Mr. Clean Magic Eraser, there's no cleaning product on this. There's no solution. What it is imagine sandpaper, but on a microscopic level. This is basically a polymer-based sandpaper. So when you use Mr. Clean Magic Eraser to clean your walls or clean it's perfect for permanent marker. You're not actually cleaning it. You're actually sanding off that layer. So you really want to be careful with it, especially if you're going to try to use it on labels like some of this gunk. I'm probably not going to use it on, but it should work fine on this. So look at that. I mean, that is obviously working. So let me also reiterate, I am sanding off a layer of this game. If you have a particularly rare game, you probably don't want to use this because you're technically damaging it. But that being said, it's looking pretty good. You want to be kind of careful too. It is sandpaper, so it will wear down your hands. Don't think that you're immune to it. Okay, so next elephant in the room. You can tell this was probably a rental game, and this is one of those "hey, don't steal this" things. There's probably a sticker here with this strip in it. So let's pull the strip out, and well, that's part one. Now this sticker. How to do the sticker. So, the sticker is going to have a lot of residue. The easiest thing would be to get as much of it as you can with a fingernail or something, so you don't damage the label underneath it. You want to do as much as you can without using chemicals on labels, just to try to, you know, make it as clean as possible. So I've gotten the majority of the sticker off, and you can you hear that sound? That's the sticky residue. Look at that. So now is when the Goo Gone comes in. I'm going to take a paper towel, fold it up real nice. So Goo Gone is oil based, so you want to be careful. That's why I have a towel down. That's why I have a towel I don't care about. There's bleach stains. Just a crappy towel. Spray a little bit of that Goo Gone on there, and let us give it a clean. Ooh. Everything's solid. That is much nicer. Now, obviously, it's not going to be perfect because the label itself is torn. But I mean, that's a pretty good difference, I think. And, you know, there's a few blemishes. I'm going to wait till it dries, and maybe we'll come back to this side. So now we have the same kind of thing on the side here, this label. So, you know, there's other tricks you can do if you have a label that's really not coming off very well. And, you know, now that I have oil on my fingers, it's going to be a lot harder. There's all sorts of things you can do. You can moisten it to try to make it softer to peel off. You can... I've actually never tried this, but I have seen people use blow dryers to heat the glue, basically making it to where it curls off, peels off. I've not tried that myself. And something like this, where the sticker, it looks like someone had tried to take it off before. So the sticker is mostly off, but just not all the way. I don't feel like I want to tempt that much. But, I mean, you can kind of see, I'm getting it pretty good with my nail. It's mostly the residual sticky bit. One thing I'm going to try to do, actually, I'm going to take my water here, dip a corner of a cloth napkin. I'm going to try to see if I can moisten it up a bit. Make it a little easier to get to. Actually, look at that. That's kind of taking it right off, isn't it? Huh. So. That worked pretty well. Maybe I'll hit up the main label a little. So this is the one thing that's going to stink. The main label itself is permanently torn. I'm not going to be able to do anything about that. It breaks my heart a little bit. But, you know, once again, I did get this game for $5, so it's not like, you know, I broke the bank getting it. I took a risk. The listing did not have a picture. It just said Bomberman Hero, and it was $5. And I was like, you know what? I wanted this game back in my collection. Granted, knowing my OCD nature, I'm probably going to end up buying it again and trading this one at a convention or something, just because that is going to drive me crazy. But I do just want to play it again, you know, so that is going to work out very well, hopefully. We'll see if what I did earlier worked. So once again, let us hit up some Goo Gone on the side here. Just a little spritz. And yeah. Wow. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. God, that looks good. So, there is some stuff on the label here. And you know, personally, I kind of said this earlier, you don't want to use chemical on labels if you can avoid it. But I mean, this thing's already torn. I'm going to give it a shot. Let's just see what happens, you know? Worst case scenario, I screw up a screwed up label, right? Some Goo Gone. Let's rub it down. Have a little bit of residue. It might be hard to see with the camera. There's a little bit of residue on his face. I'm trying to get rid of. Well, it cleaned it up. That's going to drive me crazy, but there's nothing I can do about that, like I said. But it did, in fact, clean it up pretty good. Let me get a little bit water on here. And dry it off with the dry part. You know, not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. I might hit this part a little bit harder just to see, but you know, like I said, for $5, you saw the state it was when I started this. You know, pretty good. And a lot of times you'll get games that literally just have stickers and stuff on them and don't have issues like that. And I mean, if this wasn't here, I'd say this would be even better than acceptable. So these are a couple of tips and tricks, like I said, just to clean up your games. You know, maybe you spot a good deal at a flea market or something and you would pass on it because a bunch of labels and stickers. But just know that with a little bit of elbow grease and really some inexpensive products, you can easily get a game in clean order. But like I said, let's plug it up and see if it works. Alright, so now let's go for it. Oh, that's a good sign. There we go. So, definitely works. Definitely, I think cleaning the pins obviously was a good choice. Between the two methods of the alcohol, it might have been overkill. But yeah, this just proves that you can take some eBay trash and make it a working game. So, I mean, hey, this doesn't look too bad. All that stuff's gone. The back actually turned out way better than I thought it was going to. And, you know, the one thing we couldn't fix, of course, can't be fixed. But, you know, I'm not going to lie. I fast-forwarded, obviously, through some of the scratching and stuff. But I actually looked at the footage, and that whole cleaning, you know, and even take into account that I talked about some stuff, that was 12 minutes. It took me 12 minutes to turn this into a good-looking game, as good as it can look. So, you know, hey, if you guys have any tips with restoring games, or maybe some kind of strategies you like using, drop it down in the comments below. I'm always loving new information on how to make your games look good. And if you learned something, I mean, awesome, because that's the whole reason I made this video. And that's gonna do it for us today, guys. You know, if you guys liked the video, please throw a thumbs up. You know, comment if you have any cool tips for restoring games. Please subscribe if you haven't, because we do all kinds of stuff all the time. Who knows what you're gonna get, apparently. So hey, as always, take it easy.